All right, what is up? The boys are here. If you're in YouTube, you're on the YouTubes, you notice the name today is Robin. Why? Because the Godfather is back. The second fastest 40-year-old man in HYROX history is here to party. The coolest dad in Arvada. Carl's dad, this dude is an influencer. I mean, this guy's putting out more content on the interwebs. I mean, we got groove rings, we got cold plunges, we got the feed, we got BPN supplements, we got this like goofy little run warm up that can only mean one thing. The motherfucking CEO's in the house. Rich Ryan, how we doing?
We're here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And you don't want to see this dude in the YouTube comments because he's coming at you with stats and facts. Everybody's favorite redhead in the hybrid racing community. This dude, he's checking on Dawson's soil because Dawson's soil is clearly having some issues today. Although the camera's coming around, can only mean one thing. Jack Bauer from Colorado Springs. Jack, how we doing?
We've got 2 of the 3 original Race Brain guys together. It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I now realize I'm the only person in this podcast not coached by Rich, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure that I introduced Dawson to Rich, which means we have got everybody's favorite jokester in Milwaukee, the chief of those who can't run fast, run far, or steeplechase.
Or steeple.
Found out last night he's actually a 3-time All-American, D3, so it doesn't count. That's right. We got the raw dog, Dawson Miller. Dawson, how we doing?
Good. I'm actually going to have to correct you. It's 6-time All-American in 4 different events. So,
he said you're a chump.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
Question, Dawson. As an elite D3 runner, do you get to claim All-American status if it's just D3 and it's just part of a relay?
So that's kind of like the tiered system that we look at in HYROX as well. Like, what do we consider HYROX elite? Is it regional? I'd say D3 is like a regional elite 15 athlete. So
Like, so
you
are we
get all the
talking like
same.
are we talking like North America? Or are we talking APAC region?
Probably North America. You know, it went pretty far down in North America too. But you know,
It's
the
not
little
Europe.
the little NCAA trophy that D1 gets and D3 gets, they're the exact same. The only difference is 2 letters on there.
Yeah, dude. Right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there, baby. All right, Bracken, you're never going to listen to the show, but you're a regional elite athlete at best. All right, boys. It's Friday. We're cooking. All black gang. We didn't even coordinate this. We're out here. Gang. We got Rich on the show, which can only mean one thing. We are going to have a good old-fashioned race brain, nonsensical debate.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not already on a zone 2 long run, this is going to be perfect zone 2 material. I will be your host today. However, we wouldn't be doing you all a service if we didn't have Rich pop back in that host seat just for a brief moment. He's going to lay out the draft, how it's going to work, and what y'all can expect, and we'll start firing off takes, baby.
All right. I'm taking over. Give me this. So Matt was like, I don't know what to do. Someone give me some ideas. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to quit if someone doesn't tell me how to do this thing like now. I was like, okay. I've been thinking about this concept of drafting attributes from different HYROX athletes to create 2 super athletes. So we're going to do male and female. I'm actually going to read exactly what I typed in. This was also ChatGPT helped me bring my thoughts out on this. So we're drafting attributes from athletes who are currently in Elite 15 doubles or singles field, or somebody that's like sort of relevant. You can't use someone that has done a HYROX one time. So like you can't be like, I'm going to use for ergs, I'm going to use James Hall, or for wall balls, Matt Fraser. They don't count. Those people do not count in this draft. So they have to be relevant in the elite field. There's gonna be 6 categories for each gender. We're gonna break out the attributes by running ability, ergs, sleds. I call this one muscular cardio endurance, which is farmers and burpees. Not quite the same thing, but they're like as close as it gets. Then lower leg muscular endurance / closing ability, which would be lunges and wall balls, and race acumen. So you must fill the categories men and women. And once an athlete is drafted, they're off the board for the rest of the draft. So if I take, we'll just use, if I take Dawson in running ability, Jack can then not take Dawson for ergs, right? He's off the board. If there's steeple ability in there, Dawson's going number 1. Numero uno. What was the PR, Dawson?
It's pretty good.
846.
That's really good.
Dawson,
is
I looked it
pretty
up. Nationals this past year, 850. You would have won again, just proving.
You don't think he
more of
knows
this
that?
comp.
You don't think
Well,
he's,
I know.
you don't think he's
Hey,
dead?
it's-
It's
and he
for
loves to
Matt
tell
in the
people.
non-super shoe era.
He loves to tell people.
So
He
my
didn't run his
dad,
super shoes. So if he had super
Yeah.
shoes, he would have been even faster.
Yeah,
It's true. It is true.
I'm giving validity to Dawson.
so my dad always gives me updates on the top 10 list all time because I was number 4 at one point, and
Wow.
within the last 10 years, I am now off the top 10 list. But the list that I'm still on is championship race top 10 all time.
That
And
counts.
I'm like number 3 because nobody in D3 runs fast at the championship race. All their times are after the meet when they're running against D1
Or it's an
competition
invite.
trying to
Yeah,
qualify. Yes, exactly. So I still have a championship top 10 fastest time, and my dad is
You're
now
still top 10,
coached-
no super shoes, though, right?
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah, that
And then my dad has now coached an athlete that has beaten every single PR I ever had. So he was the downfall to all of those records, essentially. So
Did he? So you had all the school records, and now they're gone.
yes, yeah. So there's
You were the golden child. They're like,
yeah,
coaches sent
Chris,
him
you had
here.
conference records
Yep.
too, didn't you?
yep. And now Christian has all of them. Every record I've ever owned, Christian now has. So
It's a tough break, but that's how it goes. Kids these days are fast. Super shoes, that's a real thing. Super spikes, is that really a thing?
track enhancements overall. Anybody that's built a track within the last like 5 years, it's going to be drastically better.
Really?
So you're saying is the next time I'm going to do like a 400 test, I need to find a brand new track.
Mhm.
Well, like brand new track at a good venue. Like it can't just be like a high school that laid something down.
I love that even in track and field, 400-meter oval, we still have this HYROX attitude. Like, yeah, but they're fast.
It's a
but,
slow
like,
400.
if I was on that course,
Dawson is going to pace Morgan to a 5K tonight. You doing on a track? Or are we doing road?
We're doing on a track. Yeah,
Rich,
she's trying to break
over-
17.
Over under 17:05 for Morgan.
oof. What are conditions like in Milwaukee? I'm guessing
It's
25
gonna be
and
it's
windy
gonna
or-
be 43 and like 6-mile-an-hour winds. So actually pretty good
That's
conditions.
ideal.
It's a little cold.
Yeah.
Not for Milwaukee. Not for Milwaukeeans.
Not from
That's
Milwaukee.
like
That's
perfect,
true.
dude.
She's
They might be out there in tanks, dude.
She's from Chicagoland too, so it's not like she's coming from Florida or something. I'm taking the under. That's the homie. She like the way she runs is incredible. It doesn't look like she's trying at all. Like she just is so fluid, just really like effortless in her stride. I think she'll take it.
All she has to do is pull a Debo. I'm gonna hitch her onto the trailer and I'm just gonna pull her the entire time.
Dawson's gonna
work
put the
whatsoever.
Put the backpack on. Put the backpack on. Say, Morgan, stay on my shoulder. I'll cut the wind for you. Got this.
Dawson, I'm just a little nervous because not too long ago when we were doing a draft, we were talking about Lena Putters breaking 17, and you're like, I don't know if I could do that right now. So this could end up being a race. Will Morgan win is the bigger question.
Jack, I got to downplay all my abilities. So
It's
that I
true.
keep people on their toes.
It is
I'm just-
true. He's a
just
classic down player on that. He's like, I did this
Dawson,
workout.
what's
It was
your-
incredible, but it was really favorable. I was in London,
Downhill.
so you can't really.
What's your
count it.
what's your most recent 5K, Dawson? Let's get to the draft.
Well, I ran 16:30 last summer in a short course 5K, so it was probably like 16:45.
So it's actually not a given that you're going to take Morgan under 7. Are you going to pull the BK and pull off like the last like half mile. We're like, you got this, Morgan. Accelerate.
Well, a 5K on a track versus a road, I'll give myself an extra 20 to 25 seconds. So
I believe in you.
Real quick before we get into this draft. So this took some prep. And again, Matt kept being like, Jack, do my homework for me. And I was like, Matt, no, prepare your own draft strategy here. So going into this, I took a little bit of time, and it was like, and there's a lot of athletes that are going to get drafted here, so we might need to kind of go into the well a bit. Jack, what was your philosophy when preparing for this? Then,
When preparing for this, I am making a genetic freak who is like Michael Vick 2004. Like
Easy.
I'm just getting the best
Easy.
athlete at every single individual event, and it's just going to be embarrassing how good my athlete is.
I don't think that that's going to be possible unless we all do it. You just get all the draft picks. You get
Maybe you'll draft poorly.
wheel
Like,
of names 1 through 12 is Jack.
yeah, I mean, part of my strategy is hoping that you guys do poorly in your draft, and
Okay, that's how he prepared. He's
Yeah.
like, Matt's not preparing, so I don't have to worry about him. Matt, did you get any prep in here? Or are you just going off the dome? Because you're locked in. If anybody knows it,
Raw dog.
raw dog.
Raw dog. No, I did some prep, but I'm not gonna lie. To your point, it's gonna get tough because the inability to draft someone twice. We're gonna have to go deep into the elite well to get some names.
So, Dawson, you've been in the sport for this is your 3rd year competing?
yeah, my first race was fall of 23. So
And-
this would be coming up on 3 total years.
And again, your doubles partner, Marcus Debo Wallace, is notorious for just disrespecting the old class. So when we've talked about, hey, we can go back a little bit, like this isn't necessarily current, is that a huge blind spot for you? Or do you know, or do you have people on here where but might surprise us a little bit?
No, I mean, my whole thing is that I don't know when to bring out the old people. You know, it's like, do you do it early on so you just get an absolute like somebody that can just trounce everyone else, or do you kind of wait a few rounds to get them? Hopefully, they won't be picked. So that's where I'm leaning towards. Is like, do I actually bring them out in rounds 3 and 4, or do I wait until round 12 when I feel like I can just get someone? So I have a few in mind, but yeah, I'd probably have a blind spot anywhere like 4 years prior.
perfect.
Yeah, that is there's definitely some sleeper potential here. I would be interested in I don't know if Jack can really dig up some sleepers unless it's in black and white on the spreadsheet.
I've got some sleepers.
You went back
Don't
to
forget,
the archives?
I've been doing HYROX since 2019 Miami.
That's OG.
Everybody.
He is OG. That's true. He's gonna
Yeah.
be
I was at the first US race.
which if we were to choose Bracken for a category on here, where's he going?
Oh, I did doubles with him, burpees. He's pretty
That's
nasty
true.
at that.
He's like fast twitch. He's
Yeah.
he's twitchy.
He's springy.
Dawson was gonna have a pretty funny pick for the boys, but then you said that they have to have raced in an elite race. So can I tell him, Dawson?
I mean, I don't even remember what I said. So yeah, you can, you can
I
tell.
got so many
He was
jokes.
gonna-
you kidding me?
He was
That's
gonna
not
pick.
track.
He was gonna pick Matt Mason's pacing ability.
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
the guy is
Last
dialed.
race.
Just
Last race was
absolutely
Within
pace
1%.
ability.
All I'm saying is RockSoft says they've never seen a better pace percentage than your boy.
if you're on a rocks opt, if you're under 3, that's like elite. You were at 1,
0.7.
you were under 1. That's pretty.
Dying.
That's crazy.
Really
Which
good.
Dawson would say that means I wasn't running threshold, but we won't tell that part of the joke. So
No one's gonna hear it.
All right, we
All
got.
right, it's-
I got the wheel of names, dude.
nice,
Well,
let's do it.
anything else on the intro, Rich, or just
Oh,
can't
yeah,
pick
is
an
there-
athlete double?
Yeah, just like if you pick an athlete who's been picked, you're getting ridiculed. Is there anything else that we have been thinking about and that we want to put out there now, just so we don't draft something or have questions about something later? Like we talked about, is it unlimited in terms of the how far back we want to go, or is there a cutoff in terms of relevance?
No.
Which one?
You're a
Matt?
relevant athlete at some point in the history of the sport. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there should be a 7th category that you can pick anybody, but it's essentially just like a build your own character body composition, height, weight. So if you wanted the Lauren Weeks body type, shorter of stature, or if you could just get a 6'5", 300-pound guy with all these attributes, it's just like a
49
create a
minutes.
player,
like NBA 2K. Maybe,
Yeah,
Jack, that's
basically.
something you could do at the end once we have the full team. Just get
Yeah.
all the height and weight, and then just like average it out, and then like
Sure.
tell us what it is. And I bet everyone's gonna be the same.
We're gonna have a real good graphic.
It's all
Yeah.
gonna be just like
Yeah.
5'10", 175 or something.
Yeah. The only question that I had is, are we picking all gender right in a row, or do we have to kind of have a little strategy? Good.
Strategy.
Yeah, however you want to pick it. I have a couple things asterisks here that are must-haves for me, and then I have some sleepers. So like, I'm just like curious on how everyone else is going to value some of the things that I was valuing, and then I'm going to be worried about. And some of the I feel like some of the categories are a little bit thinner than others. So I'm sure you guys are going to make mistakes.
There is going to be a level of subjectivity to this very objective draft.
Oh yeah.
And
All
then
right,
at
well,
the end, we're all gonna grade each other's team.
Well,
Then
then
we'll
we're
have
just gonna have a
the-
debate on who's got the best team.
We'll kick it out on socials,
All right.
and
Let's
then
get this thing going.
people will decide.
Yeah, people. That's a good point.
Wheel up names. Wheel
Okay.
up names.
Come on, Wheel and It's been a long time.
Look at this, dude.
go-
No ads. Nothing
we
on
go
the
so-
side. It's a professional operation
is that
here.
premium? This is
Boom! Let's go.
dude. There's like a premium plugin that you can like dictate the outcome before the spin that Matt pays for.
Yeah.
Take the
It's on
one.
the freaking Race Brain card. It's on my
I don't know.
credit
I
card.
don't know.
gotta
I don't know
check
if you
it.
know this. I don't know if you know this, but I'm 3
I'm
for
fine
3
with
on
this.
drafts.
What are you drafting, Matt?
Hmm?
What number?
What order?
1. I said I'll take the 1.
Oh, okay.
I'll go 2.
I couldn't hear after that scream. My ears were like bleeding.
I was Scotty.
Yeah, she's giving us some too. All right. Well, this is fine.
Where are you going, Dawson?
What were the numbers taken already?
1 and 2.
1 and I'll take 4.
Here we go, baby.
Ooh, lock him in. Lock him in.
Twa. I like it. I think there's 3 no-brainers. I actually don't know. I'm actually not sure if there's any no-brainers.
Bang.
here.
All right, Jack. Let me know when you're ready to share.
In right now.
All right. Look at that board. It's good to be back, boys.
Oh yeah.
All right. I have said multiple times, if this person is there, I am drafting them. No questions asked. Give me Lauren Weeks' running ability.
Reach. Gotta play that bracken roll. I mean, the way Lauren is running right now is incredible. And the women's running field, however, is getting like fairly deep. So in terms of value, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure.
A couple stats for you. I don't know if you looked this up. Lauren, her solo time in Warsaw was faster than the run time of Holly Archer and Saskia Millard.
That's crazy.
Was also faster than Joanna and was 45 seconds faster than Alyssa McElhaney. There are plenty of good running athletes for the rest of you to pick, but her running ability is so much better than the field right now. And I also just took away the ability for anyone to grab her for burpees, race acumen, closing ability. This is a smart pick. Take it away.
That is true.
'Cause No matter what you say, she's 45 seconds faster.
Look, like I said, incredible. And that thing with burpees and farmers, like she's been so good at burpees lately too, to the point that it's almost untouchable. And acumen's another one that's interesting too. Like her race tactics, although predictable, are very effective. And she's also has this like mindset that is just like ruthless that I just like admire so much about how she can just go out there and just hurt. Not many people can do that. Even though if we know that what she's going to do is what she's going to do, it's still just incredible that she does what she does. So she's the GOAT, man.
Surprise, surprise. Lauren Weeks with the number 1 overall
She's the
pick.
GOAT. What are you gonna do? But lots of runners out there for us to take. Just saying.
Yeah, lots of runners, because I'm taking the next one. Good luck running faster than Luke Greer.
Mhm.
There are not too many spaces in HYROX or places in HYROX where you can make up 45 plus seconds first the field, and that is what Luke Greer has consistently done throughout his HYROX career, his young HYROX career, so he's only getting faster.
Just a question, Jack. I don't know the actual answer, but what was the difference between Luke and Hide when Hide set the world record for their run times?
That's a question you would have to look up, but I do know
All
that
right, I'll look.
Bitch.
that overall Luke, 29:17 in Elite 15 races and 29:37 in non-elite, so just pro races, and no athlete has an average sub 30 besides Luke. So he's the best runner in the men's field.
From a pick standpoint, like, yes, I had that one asked just to choose. Like, this is someone that you can't really replace from a running standpoint. Where on the women's side, like, you can get close, but with Luke, there's not really a great second option here, honestly. Then it
There
is
are
kinda
so many
like
interchangeable second
exactly.
options.
Everybody's
He's just-
kinda the same.
He is the gap.
100%. And he's doing things that we haven't seen be done in the men's field in terms of running. He has a ways to go in terms of like his HYROX ability. And I'd be interested to see if he's going to be able to hold on to this running ability and get better at HYROX, if that makes sense.
He
I
might
feel
slip to a 29:50 guy instead of a 29:17 guy or something.
he
But
just like maintains it and gets better
Yeah.
across the board. Is more likely.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, what he's doing now is just like kind of crazy.
does he look that fast in person?
I
Like when
wasn't.
he's out on the course.
I wasn't. I didn't even. I
Oh,
was.
do
you
we-
haven't- He's only. Yeah.
Do we all agree that one Richard Rose Ryan is probably a top 3 runner on the men's side?
If it's like if it was like a 10K, like if the lead 15, they do a 10K, I'd probably get second.
Reason why I ask is Rich's best run time is like a minute 15 slower than Luke's most recent. So Jack, to your point,
Most recent was Warsaw, so it doesn't count.
hey, they're standard. All right.
Doesn't count.
They're
I think he has
standard.
multiple 29:17.
He was fast. He was about a minute faster than me in Phoenix. Now it's my fastest time. So even still, but if it was
So-
Warsaw, it would be about the same.
Luke was about 40 seconds faster than Hide's run time, just as like a perspective. The world record holder at the time
Short course.
got outran by 40 seconds on that course.
Short course.
Short.
That makes it even more
tangents.
impressive, Matt. He did 40 seconds on a short course. Imagine a normal course.
All right, good pick. That's one that's one you just like really can't make up too much. All right, I'm gonna go for ergs here. I'm gonna take Hunter.
Yeah, there's really no argument.
He's just a freaking beast on these things. Like row doesn't seem to be a place where he's making a huge gap. I think he could if he needed to. But what he can do on the ski and then just like continue to run is just like crazy. Like I don't see anybody else really comparing to him, especially on the men's side. Like Alex is good, of course. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, Hunter's the guy.
I mean, his fastest in an elite race, his fastest ski erg time and a elite solo, 3:29. Fastest row, 3:32. He's almost sub 7 for a 2K.
That put me in the dirt.
Yeah,
in a HYROX.
that's kind of crazy. That's a great way to put
That's
it.
nasty. Sub 7 on a 2K in the middle of a race.
Like I think the ergs are probably the least important stations, but he seems to be the one who can actually utilize them to the point of like an advantage.
You created 15 seconds over the field, 10 to 15 seconds just by
Easy.
having him right here.
And everybody else is kind of the same.
It's 1 to 2 for the majority. You're seeing 147 and 149 on the screen for all the guys, 2 flat, 202 for what. So there's not a whole lot of differentiation except for Hunter.
Nasty.
All right. Dawson,
Raw
back to back.
dog.
All right. Well, if Rich is taking the least important event as his first pick, I will take the most important event for my 2 choices. I will do closing ability because you win the race in the close. You can get a few seconds here or there throughout the race, but the real separators is how you're able to close. So I will take Alex Ronkovich for closing ability.
Mm.
If you are near this man at the finish, some people on this panel know firsthand that it is very hard
Damn.
to beat this man.
Damn.
You are side by side with him in the last two stations. The only way Ronk is really lost is if he's had a bad race in the middle and just has lost connection. When he's near the front towards the end of the race, and that proves in all of his finishes in elite races at World Championships, he's essentially top 3 lock just for his closing ability.
In my opinion here, in what I've observed, Alex closes better than anyone who's next to him in the top when he's racing for the top 2 or 3. But I think there are athletes that close better than him that finish behind him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that is why no one will remember their names.
We don't care. All that we care about is those 14th placers. How do they
it's good.
finish?
I mean, like, you can't. You really. It's hard to beat him in those moments.
Is that the ultimate podium? Yo, dog, I was in 14th, but I closed so hard I finished 9th.
Oh, I see it all the time on freaking socials. People are like, check this out. I had the best burpee station, but then I walked. After that.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite
actually
is we've been talking a ton about the people who this is like a trend on Instagram right now to like sell programs. Dawson and I joke about it with our buddy Scott all the time.
Whoa.
They will literally like you'll appreciate this. They'll post like how I ran a 4-minute K in my HYROX or how I averaged 355s, and then you go and look up their rock zone time, and it's like 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
how I ran 3 minutes in 1,000. I actually ran 800.
Yeah.
Best way to run a fast 1,000 is to run 800 meters. All right. Okay,
Jack,
pick.
you have in the wrong spot there for Ronk.
Oh, closing ability, sorry.
I almost took Alex in race acumen last pick. I almost did.
Now
Well, is it his race acumen or is it his closing ability? Which one? Which one's stronger? Now you can't.
He
take
wins
him.
the races. If you take the actual burpees and lunges and wall balls, I think there's better options. Now I can't take it. I should have taken it. Damn it.
And so now with that same flow and with Rich's question earlier, I will take Mirjam van Roor for closing.
Okay.
It does go back.
Oh,
good pick.
She was almost my number 2 pick. I have a
Great
big star
pick.
next to her name.
I actually didn't even have her down here. Oh my god. What a blind spot.
If you can wall ball a 310, you have the closing ability that nobody else can
Dude,
touch.
she's wall balled a 259 in a race.
Oh, I didn't know
In
that.
a race.
Even better. That's 20 seconds she's putting on elite people on one station at the end of a race.
Jack, was it 259 or 257? I know it was absurd.
She had a 257 somewhere in there.
Crazy.
And yes, Miriam for sure is the right choice right here. Her average in all races combined, lunges 247, 308 wall balls. If you add Elite 15 and Pro, that's disgusting.
Good pick.
Well, if Jack has stats on her, you know that he wanted her. So I'm glad
I prepared a few people, and Miriam was and you thought we forgot about her pick, but good well done, Dawson.
Good job. She's actually on the Swiss relay, so she's still somehow racing enough to score enough points.
Yeah,
to
It
be
just
on
shows
the
you how
relay.
little the Swiss run.
Yeah, I know. I feel like she's raced like twice.
She has 3 results between 66:20 and 67:40 since last Worlds.
In that, worth noting, she came second in the CrossFit Open this year, first last year, and I think she was 8th at the CrossFit Games last year. This is a good pick. The wrong pick is fine. This pick is good. This is a good pick. All right, I'm up. I see. I screwed up. I didn't go with my gut. I had a plan. I was like, I'm taking Alex on race acumen, and then in the last freaking second, that's what I get for taking Hunter. I deserve this. For close, on the women's side, I'm taking Joanna. She has closed. I was looking at her lunges. I think at the she's been under 3, like, in the 240s, I think, for lunges, and then she's just doing wall balls unbroken. Her body composition, her stature is a huge advantage here, and just like her engine, she has an ability just to do work at a very consistent rate, and she is just crushing the back part of this race. Lauren Reese throwing like her best shot at Joanna, and Joanna's still just pulling away, seemingly effortlessly on the lunges, and then wall balls is like almost nothing you can do. So I don't think anyone's touching that.
Hard to argue.
All
All
right.
right, Jack, you're up.
I feel like oh wait, Matt's going back to back. Never mind. I don't need to do that. I think race acumen, I'm going Dylan Scott. I feel like he knows his body so well and paces well, and that's the reason why he's had such a successful season so far when he's gone out at his pace. And I think that really goes into race results. Just knowing not to get caught up with everybody.
This one's a bit of a head scratcher.
I would say he gives good explanations for what happens after the race and what his thought process was.
But like Dylan is a great racer 80% of the time, but then he gets like last.
Yes, that's fair. But he's still
Yes, and.
not.
That's
but
not an
not
acumen
racing
issue.
anyone
That's
else's
not an
race.
acumen issue.
Rich,
saying
he has
he's
a
not-
great.
In Jack's defense, that's not an acumen issue.
I guess.
He has a great.
He doesn't race
explanation
others'
for what
races,
happened.
is what I'm getting at.
What?
He doesn't race other people's race. Like he's like, oh well, you're going out fast, whatever. I'm going out at the pace that's reasonable for my skill set, and then he usually does well. And yes, he does have a couple bad ones, but I don't know. I like it.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe for the women it works, but like you have on the board, that doesn't count.
I'll put him lower.
Put him in the men.
Sorry,
Put him in
Dylan.
the men. I mean, I think Dylan is dialed in. I agree with Dawson on this. Like he does understand like what's happened, but I think he can show up to races sometimes and like it's like what did just happen. That's my boy. When he's at his best, he fires off. But like sometimes he doesn't do that great. But good job. I'm glad because that Luke Greer pick is was really good.
No one
No,
else
this
is
one's
picking
like, let's
Dylan
go.
and something else, and he's got other categories. I guess.
I would ergs,
Ergs.
burpees. He's crazy.
I know,
I
I'm
had
saying
him.
What are
no-
we talking about?
Yeah.
You just took him
Alright,
off the board. You're just like, you know what? No one else can have him in the things that he's good at. So I'm taking him in acumen.
Prevention. Yeah. All right, let's go,
Jack's
Matt.
play
Back to
defense,
back.
baby.
All right. I am going to go. Give me the 2024 female world champion,
All right.
Megan Jacoby, for the sled push and sled pull.
Okay.
Followed up by the man who almost knocked my teeth out in Phoenix. I want Sean Noble for burpee broad jumps and farmer carry.
Let's go.
Matt, I don't know if you know this, but Sean does not have very good burpees. His farmers far outweighs his burpees.
Okay,
His
but his
farmer's close to
average
back.
time out. Hold on a second. His average elite time is 3 minutes. His fastest elite time in burpees is 2:32. His fastest elite solo farmer carry time is 1:04, and his average is 1:10.
I
So
think that
we're
this is a good pick.
talking 3:30 combined for those two stations. I feel okay about that.
Yes, I had him on here. I was considering taking him on the way back because that farmers is such a weapon that it's almost you can't really no one else has it. Right? And like burpees, he's like, okay, he's not terrible at burpees. He's not amazing, but he's
He's like middle.
amazing
He's
at
like
farmers.
yeah, and he's not giving. The way I thought about this is to your point on closing ability. He's not giving up a ton of time on the burpees, maybe 10, 15 seconds, but he's putting 20 to 25, even 30 seconds on some dudes in the farmers.
And actually, I was next to him doing burpees in a race, and because of his style of burpees, he's actually kind of distracting everybody else because he's like flails to the side. He's kind of sideways when he goes down. He like takes up 2 lanes. So like that has to play for something.
Has to. And
or something.
is there any question that when healthy, Meg Jacoby bodies the sleds unlike anybody else?
This is a great one. I had Meg
Fair.
down for a
Yeah.
bunch of categories. She could have been closer. She could have been sled. She could have been acumen.
I mean,
there's
with the last few elite races that she has been in and won, it has been over at the sleds.
yeah, she could have been running ability. Yeah, you could
Yeah, you
stick
can't take her now. You can't take her now.
I know. Good pick.
All right.
Jack.
You made fun of my last pick. It's
Sure
kind of
did.
hard.
Shit, probably will
If
make
you're
fun of this
making
one too.
fun of this pick, then you're making fun of race brain. Alyssa McElhaney, for running ability.
Can't argue.
I mean, besides Lauren and I guess Joanna had a faster split than her in Warsaw. They're not available anymore. I feel like there is still enough of a gap between Alyssa and everyone else behind her where this is a running race. Got to make up time somewhere, and she's hard to argue against.
I mean, look, she said on last week's episode of Race Brain that for her, we were talking about her like waving and smiling at the crowd, and it's because the stations are still hard enough for her that she's running at a recovery pace.
Mhm.
Her recovery pace, which we noted at the beginning, currently is about 45 to 50 seconds behind Lauren. When she figures out the stations, she will probably give Lauren a run for her money in terms of running ability. It's hard to argue this pick, Jack. Good pick.
Redemption.
I mean, there's other options still. I feel okay.
No. On my earlier pick.
Jack, you know that no matter what you pick, it's the wrong one with Rich.
Not Luke Greer. I got a check right there.
Dawson, this is singles bias from Jack on that women's pick, I think.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, if I was going for running ability, I'd definitely dip into the doubles pool a little bit.
I'm up. Me. Okay. On ergs for women, I'm taking Vivian Tefudo.
Damn, I wanted that one.
Like, I think she's just. I don't know if she has the same. I don't know if she's on like the Hunter's level in terms of ergs, but like maybe pretty close in terms of gender. She might not put out the way that Hunter does because Hunter just races like a psycho. But Vivian's very measured, and when you watch her in doubles, she's pulling on the ski. I think she's under 140s. She like really can crank on that ski erg, and like she's just like such an incredible athlete. And the ergs are a place where she can really make a difference on singles and doubles.
This is who I had. I was hoping that it was going to fall further than this, but I should have known.
So you had your one spot. Now you're scrambling for like this ergs. You just kind of be like, I don't know.
Ergs for
anybody.
Ergs for the women is tough. They're all kind of right there together. There's not like an obvious like where you think about the ergs on the men's side, like there are the erg monsters. Hunter, obviously, you've got Alex. I'm not going to name some of the other names because I still haven't picked mine and other people haven't picked theirs. But like, there are people that are head and shoulders above others. And then, with the women, they're all kind of lumped together.
Yeah, like Meg is probably the next best, and maybe there's some doubles athletes that I'm not mentioning, but I don't think so. I think it's Vivian and the rest.
Dawson.
All right. For race acumen for men, I will go James Kelly, who I believe is the better version of what Jack picked in Dylan.
I had this one down. He was on my list as well.
He has kind of, I mean, he's tried so many different things. He does a lot of testing. Him and Anthony, Dr. Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Monster, basically just test everything through races. And he's had a bunch of different styles. He's had the run through the rock zone hard. He's had the start slow. He really just attacks each event like individually at the same effort instead of kind of yo-yoing throughout the race. So just a smart overall racer.
The thing with JK is that even if it's not going well by his standards, there's just that one example of him laying an egg in Australia. And other than that, like he's going to claw his way back into that top 3 to 5.
Was he last place coming out of the pool last year at Worlds, and he finished 4th?
I don't know if he was last, 11th maybe.
He was 14th. He was back. He was like 14th or 15th. He was all the way in the back.
11th. Bet.
No. $10.
10. Jack, do you have this
I'm
answer?
looking it up.
Look it up.
Right.
10 spot. That's like a decent
well,
cup of coffee.
I think it was outside of 10 actually.
That's a pretty good cup of coffee at Corbin's.
while
Super expensive.
while Jack is doing that, I'll take my women's pick, and I will go specifically on
12.
12.
No.
It's closer.
No, you were over. This is the Price is Right rules.
Price is
Was not designated.
You're busted.
I will go world champion Linda Meyer for push and pull, more specifically on the pull. This is where she usually makes her move during the race and really sets herself up. You really know if she's going to have a good race after this event, and when she's feeling good, she is dominant.
I had her as well on the sled. Like her pull is elite. Absolutely. Anything else to say on that?
World
She's
champ.
champ.
She's German. She's the world champ. Brown hair. Excellent analysis, boys. Great. Good picks. All right. Back to me. Okay. This one. There's no sleds off the board yet on the men's side. I'm going to take the absolute best sled athlete I've ever seen in competition, Marcus Debo Wallace. Give me Debo.
Oh!
The amount of time that Raw Debo can make up in sleds in a doubles race, like, doesn't make sense. Everybody, it's so early that it kind of just plays out normal, and they're just with heavy sleds, Marcus will push it, and when he lets go, it still moves. He's the only athlete I see do that. He can kind of just move the sled.
It is crazy.
What's it like, Dawson? Do you think you're going to get rest, and then you're just like, okay, Marcus is already 3/4 done with this freaking length?
What happens a lot in the transition is, he lets go of the sled and I go to push it, and I almost take a half step stumble because the sled is further away than I thought it would be. Like I go to push it and then the sled's not there, and then I like take a half step stumble and then go and do it. So yeah, his technique is just literally the shortest strides, all out power, and he does it based on number of steps, not on distance. So depending on how heavy the sleds are, I don't know when the sled is going to stop moving because, it's pretty crazy.
He has the background. Like, is there a bigger competitor in the elite field?
Marcus is small right now. He's victim weight.
He's on his way down, but yeah,
he's small. He's like 190. He's like 195. He's trying to get to 175. I told him that's a mistake.
75.
This is like Samson. This is like Samson cutting his hair. He's gonna lose all of his strength. You can't do
this. But like, is there a bit like Hunter? Maybe, right? Like weight wise, but Marcus is what, 6'2", 6'3"?
There are athletes that are big that have like that weaponize one of these things. There are not many athletes. Like I could think of some people that just dominate the pull, but they don't dominate the push. Marcus dominates both. And he's just a big ass man.
He's big and he has that fast twitch, right? He's like a 47-second quarter miler and played football. Like he's like has fast twitch and is just a monster. Huge advantage for Raw Debo. Huge advantage for my freak athlete team.
You do have freak athletes. This is like you could. There's a theme with Rich.
Yeah,
Jack.
All right.
Go ahead,
My
Jack.
pick, going back, men's side, burpee, broad jumps, and farmer's carry. We saw what he did in DC. Cole Learn made his move there. He went like 206. Rich, we did a breakdown on the man on his burpee form the other day. So I would like to hear you argue against this.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. Got a penalty in Phoenix, So
I'm not here for the penalties. I'm here for when he doesn't get penalties.
And I think he had the fastest burpee broad jumps in the world relay last year too. So that's one thing with like burpees. It's like, are you the best at burpees or are you the best at burpees during like a singles event? It might not be the same thing. And he's kind of both.
Yeah. And I was real tempted before you put that caveat of they have to be an Elite 15 competitor. I was looking up Charles Tudor, that guy, the burpee coach. You on 127 one time, but unfortunately can't pick
He's the
him.
guy who walks after.
I know.
Like
Yeah,
you gotta watch. I think he had like a 7-minute like row.
he went 96 minutes in London that same race when he went a minute 20. So
I have
saving up for it.
no, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna lock. I don't know. Whatever. Who's up?
Me.
Back, Matt.
Good pick.
All right. I am going to go with the English power bottom. Give me Jake Williamson for ski and row.
Yeah, good one.
Jake is elite on the ergs. He represents Team Great Britain in the relay on the ergs, and I'll never forget Nice 2024. He had run one in the ski, and it took Hunter to the well to keep the lead. I actually think Jake came out 1 second behind him, and I was like, "Oh my god, who is this dude?"
He made him out in front. Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah,
I was very impressed with that.
he was right there, and he has since then proven that this is no problem for him. The dude, you talk about a guy with fast twitch, the dude generates power. Not the biggest guy out there. I mean, he's tall, but he's not like the biggest athlete, but monster.
Would you say he generates his power from his upper body or more his lower
Definitely
body?
from his
the bottom.
definitely from his bottom. His bottom half athlete for sure.
He's gonna
love these jokes.
He has I bet if we tested VO2 max, his would be pretty high. But because he can do these type of freakish things. He said he's run under 420 in the mile without really a run background recently. But the duration of events seems to be what's costing him, right? As a singles athlete, he hasn't really quite put it together. But if you give dude a little bit of rest or in a relay, he can put out crazy. So
He is a top 3 doubles athlete in the world right now.
top 3. Okay. You would take him over Tim?
My justification is look
He
at
is
how
a
many
top 4.
No. Yeah, probably. Yeah, actually, I probably would.
Each team also has
I
two
probably
people
would
on
take
it.
him over Tim.
You
Yeah,
take
I
him
probably-
over.
Yes,
take him
but
over.
look at how many top 10 times have Jake is the through line.
Times.
But he's
times.
he doesn't run singles.
Okay, that's why I
Some
said doubles
people-
athlete.
I know.
Some
but
people
if
should
everybody else only
be-
ran doubles, he wouldn't have top 10 times like that.
You're just mad. All right.
I am mad now. Now I am mad.
Yeah. You're just mad, dude. All right. And then give me my Scottish brother, Graham Holiday, for closing ability.
Nice. I had that one as well.
I'm not gonna lie. There were 2 people that I was gonna go with here, or that I was thinking about after some of the other names came off the board. But it just has always stuck with me that Graham and Bo made a living on the elite circuit by sitting in the back 5 and then always surging to the middle at every race. I mean, I'm looking right now. If you look at his average lunges and wall balls time, he is under 7 minutes. Closer to actually pretty close to 6:15, 6:20. It's pretty good.
He's a dog.
Pretty good.
He's a dog. He's a dog through and through. One thing that I try to say sometimes after one event, he finished. He's like, "Yeah, is that wall balls is non-negotiable. Dropping that ball is non-negotiable." So I like that he has that type of mindset.
Dog.
Absolute dog.
I don't know if you could tell. Rich is going for freak athletes. I'm going for dogs.
Dog ability. I mean, you have Lauren Weeks and Meg Jacoby on your team. That's
Which they qualify for both. Meg Jacoby, dog. Lauren Weeks, dog.
Yeah. No, good pick. Jack.
Yep.
I'm
All
excited
right.
for you. I'm excited for you picking, man.
I know this.
What's gonna happen?
This we just talked about closing ability, and in DC, same race, we had a guy, Frederick Dubé, go 257 on lunges and 350 on wall balls. That's a pretty nasty combo. I know he doesn't have the the recognition as a lot of the others, but that is a really fast closing combo.
Jack was not going to make it out.
CrossFitter as well.
Jack was not going to make it out of his top 5 without a European ass name. No way.
From Canada.
Yes, francophone from Canada, so it's kind of both. Kind of like
No way.
toe the line a little bit.
Yeah.
Rich, you better watch out in Ottawa if Frederick's anywhere near you.
Bring it. We're in different races for sure. I'm on Thursday. I ducked all the competition. I wasn't trying to. Didn't want any of that Canadian smoke.
So you're going to run the risk that they take your points. You might have those points for 48 hours, and they might be gone.
I'm counting it. You better believe that if I have them for 48 hours, and then I'm on a podcast in like 5 months, I'm going to be like, well, really, that's a 105, not a 90. I'm going to be making that excuse. So. And then I'm going to be complaining about how come it's not just the race that you're in? This is stupid. It's multiple days. You can count on that. You can count on
No one beat you that day.
You can count on it.
The self-awareness, Rich has been in therapy. Our guy is self-aware.
I'm glad you brought this up. I've been thinking about this. Am I up? All right.
Yep.
I don't really know what I'm going to do here. I think that I have some options. I'm gonna go race acumen because I feel like this is like the hardest one to really differentiate from. I'm gonna do it on the men's side. I'm gonna go Tobias Lautvine. Now, for those of you who are new to the game, look him up. Google that man. He was kind of how Jack was explaining Dylan. Toby was doing this before that and won world championships out of it and was cleaning house in Europe against athletes like Alex Ronkovich, like Tim Venish. He was the first real European threat when like the whole like system kind of came together. So, and he would just kind of slow play it through sled pull and then would find himself in the top. And I think he was on the podium in Manchester, right? So not even that long ago. Seems like
and the reason why this is a notable pick is because, especially for Rich, first elite athlete to live rent-free in Hunter McIntyre's head.
That's true.
So much so that Hunter started calling him Sweet, Sweet Toby. He didn't even have a diss for him. He just called him Sweet, Sweet Toby because that's how much he was in his head.
Killed him with kindness. That's how you do it with Hunter. You try to meet Hunter where he's at, it's not going to go well. But if you're just like, hey, I'm just a nice German boy.
All I know is I remember that race with the curved treadmills, and he's out there just sipping his baby food or whatever fuel he had, just nice and relaxed.
He was OG high carb. He probably ate 300 calories that race. It was insane. Okay.
All right.
Dawson, you're up.
I will go on the men's side for push and pull. There's a battle between two here. I'm going to give you guys the names just for some ideas, but I mean, Harry Thompson is just a beast.
You can't.
John Wynn is my pick for sled push and sled pull.
That's a good pick.
Not a bad pick. Heavy emphasis on the pull.
Yes. Yeah. Well, both of my push and pull, I believe the pull is the more important of the two. Mm-hmm. So longer event can drain more energy out of it. And when you can weaponize it, you can put a lot of time on the field.
Yeah, I would say this is similar to the Sean Noble pick of like he might not be incredible at the push, but you take the push for what he can do on the pull. He's basically got himself into Elite 15 races for the past 3 or 4 years, only on sled pull. And he's also a dog, right? He closes well, but like it's the pull that gets him where he needs to go.
Yeah, and I would argue it's strategic that his push is not fast. He really starts to attack the race at the pull, and that's where the race starts for him. So it's not from lack of ability, it's strategy.
Agreed. All right, good pick.
And then for the women's, I will do the burpee broad jump queen, Kate Davey.
Damn it! I was hoping you had forgotten.
I did forget. That's a good one. Dang.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dawson's doing a good job. Dawson's doing a good job here.
I know some rocks. I know some rocks.
He's been locked in. I was over here clowning on him.
Kate Davey.
You're a newbie.
Kate Davey was, the new rising up and comer, not for her age, just for her ability progression, and she really weaponized the burpees and can, her title is the burpee queen. So I don't know how you can not choose her here.
It's a good pick, man. Yeah, when she came in second place into the row in Nice, I was like, "What's happening right now?" But mostly because and she would do it over and over in burpees. That's a hard place to do it too. So,
The
good pick.
Yeah. The only problem I have with that one is this is burpees and farmers carries, and her average is 155 in elite races for farmers carries. So that
Yeah, but women didn't start getting close to 130 in farmers until like this season. So I think you have to contextualize it for when she was racing.
That is the kind of problem with this whole exercise is like everyone's stations are just faster. It's like taking people from the past is kind of like, unless it's a mirror.
It's contextualized. We got to contextualize.
Yeah.
It's important.
All right.
Rich.
I'm up. All right. Let's see. What do we got? What the hell on the women's? Acumen. Running. Push pull. Okay. I'm going to go for sleds. I'm going to take Emily Dahmen.
Jack is so mad right now.
that was who my erg person was going to be.
Oh, erg. Yeah, she's good for erg.
Yeah,
too.
she's the number one rower and skier time combined. So I was not expecting that.
Her sled pull, this is what she does is the sled pull as well. Similar to John Wynn, she can do the sled push. We saw her in the last chance qualifier, I believe, come out of sled push in first or second, and then just crush everybody after the pull. Again, in terms of like length, it's very helpful to be a little bit taller when it comes to pull. So she can move those sleds. Suck on that, Jack.
Ruined it. All right, now I need a second. Yeah, she really does have some good sled times.
Yeah, she does. What do you mean?
Yeah. All right, another athlete with good sled times. Let's go, Gabrielle Nicora Baker. I mean,
Nice.
she bodies those sleds whenever you see her on camera. 219 average on the push, 329 for pull. That's moving.
Yeah, she's been really fun to watch this year. I've been happy to see her progression and jumping into Elite 15, and she's definitely strong.
Yeah, strength background, so she can move sleds.
Matt, is your nose directly on the microphone?
My bad, dude.
Oh, breathing.
I'm just curious.
I'm gonna go for my sleds. I cannot believe that this person has still not been taken. This is a travesty. Give me Tim Vinish.
Huh.
As
Sneaky. If I told you that Tim's average sled pull at this point in his career was only 2 minutes behind, 2 seconds behind.
Not that good.
Wow.
Shouldn't take him.
Two seconds behind Hunter McIntyre. Would you believe me?
Well, if you frame it like that, I probably would believe you, yes. But I think Hunter, for his size, underperforms on the sleds because he's been at VO2 max since the skier. So I don't think Tim's like sled pull. It's probably because of those Adidas. They're probably no good, but his like pulls hit or miss. His push is like
his average is 328. His fastest is 255. His average push is 228. For other comps, would we all agree that our good friend Ryan Kent is a dog on the sleds? Tim's got better average times.
How are those average influenced by the last 2 races?
Yeah. And if you look at that last race, I don't think he was close to the top.
You don't like the pick?
Hey.
That's fine. You can argue it at the end. It's my fucking pick. All right?
No, we're gonna make you feel bad right now, so you're shook, and then you screw up your next pick too.
I'm not.
You're gonna be overthink.
Shook.
You're
Not shook at all.
Awesome.
Real good idea. Number 14 sled pull in Warsaw. So congrats.
It's like picking a guy in race.
That's like,
Acumen who
okay,
finishes last.
And that's like saying the guy that just finished second in the marathon, 11 seconds behind the world record, it doesn't count. Like, I don't care. Everybody was fast that day. Get out of here, Jack.
I don't think it's like that.
Get out of here.
You could have picked 13 other guys, and we could have been like, "Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care.
Nice. This is good for us."
Not even
Right.
shook.
He's shook.
Not even shook.
Yeah, he is.
Not even shook.
We'll see. We'll
This
see.
all
This
actually,
pick,
the
this
reason why
next
the
pick.
reason why this does shake me is because it almost makes me not want to do what I'm about to do. But
That's what I'm
still
saying.
gonna-
Let's see.
I'm
Let's see.
still
If,
gonna, I'm still gonna do it anyway.
we'll see how shook you are at this pick.
For race acumen, give me the motherfucking CEO, Rich Ryan. Put him in the girls spot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
put me in the
That's a
ladies.
subtle dig, dude.
Yeah,
Subtle dig.
Good one, Jack. This is okay. I think this is similar to Dylan to a Dylan pick.
I disagree. I think
Thank
that
you.
I disagree. The reason why I disagree, and I guess you could make the Dawson argument that you always have a good explanation at the end.
I will
But-
come with an excuse
No,
that you cannot refute.
When you don't make excuses and you just like stick to your guns and execute the race plan like you say you're going to, you do well. You typically get top 5 finishes. You might get podiums. It's only when your machismo kicks in, the extra testosterone, and you try to do something silly, you get your ass waxed, and then you're a little sad you're sad boy for a few days.
Mhm.
But as long as you stick to the plan, usually goes well.
The very little extra testosterone that I have available to me at 40 years old.
At a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, but again, the consistency can be a little bit wonky. I think you did Jack a favor here. Thank you for
This
the pick.
dude is he's being humble. He's gonna Venmo me $100 right after this is done.
Well, I'm gonna Venmo you 90 because you owe me 10. So yeah, I think this is similar to a Dylan pick. Sometimes
I
good,
just-
sometimes not that good.
I
Sometimes
just
maybe good.
love
Sometimes maybe shit.
Matt got Lauren Weeks and Meg Jacoby for the women and said, "I'm done. I don't
Dude's
need anyone
done.
else."
Exactly.
Boys.
That's good. That's a BK strategy. BK is all about those dudes when he be on here. All right, Jack, what do you got?
All right. Oh, this is a lot of names off the board. I'm thinking for burpee broad jumps with the women, Kat Parnell has impressed me every single time that
I like
she's
it.
been out doing burpees, and she had the 125 or 135 average for farmers carry. So I feel like she's a good pick here.
She's really good at the sled push too. She seems to be. She doesn't seem to be incredibly big in stature, but she comes out of that push well. I'm impressed by her at racing.
She did leave one of the majors in first place after push, so you're right.
That's a good pick. I like it, and
Yeah.
kind of a sleeper there.
Yeah.
Nice job.
She's got that soccer background, really springy and
Football.
Yeah. football.
All right, now Matt took 2 of my men runners off the board, not in running that last turn.
Strategy.
That's good strategy. So kind of forcing my hand here. I'm going to take Hide for running on the men's side.
You should also get the I was going to take him right after you, but you should get the per size,
Smokes over me.
per weight. So he's actually much faster than Luke Greer if you do it on a mass moving scale.
You just want that for your own scale too.
Yeah,
Then
exactly,
scale sucks.
exactly,
Hide, then
yes.
it's Dawson. then-
Yes, exactly.
But seriously, and I was impressed with his. I mean, I'm generally impressed with his. I had him on in acumen as well. I just think he's a good athlete. He knows what he's doing. But even like burpees at his size, like he had 210 burpees or something like that in London, like really low. And usually when you see tall dudes and like bigger dudes like that, that's kind of where they have to kind of play defense. But he's just like been figuring it out. Wall balls are coming along. He fires it off from his belly button. But other than that, he's like been really good.
Yeah, his only question mark has been wall balls. Other than that, he could pretty much be inserted almost any pick here.
Yep. So my hand was forced. Dawson, you're up.
All right, I will go with 2 women, and if Marcus can be picked, I think Saskia Miller can be picked as well for running ability.
For sure.
Yep.
I had her down.
Very new to the sport, but obviously has shown doubles at the elite level and has ran some fast singles times. And with running being her strong emphasis during those times and some slower wall balls. But, she just makes up for it. These are fast times with some lesser stations. So just proves how fast she is.
Watching her in doubles, like, kind of drag Holly is crazy. I think Holly does finish a lot, but, like, it's crazy how well she runs, and she doesn't look like and it looks and it looks fast. What was her solo time in that London? What was her solo run time? Have we seen?
I don't have it offhand.
I can pull it up while we're I gotta go. Never mind. I gotta focus. But that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
And
The
then oh, you can keep going.
No, I thought I was picking, so you're up.
Oh, I was
And
talking.
then
I was muted. Her solo run time was 26:56. Her rock zone was 3:26. So what is that? 30 mid 20s.
Something like that.
That's what Joanna ran
That's insane.
in
That's
Warsaw,
like
yeah.
And again, course was short as can be. 300 meters short probably, but, still, like, really, really fast. And, like, just eye test wise, it's like, okay, this is the real deal.
And then next for race acumen, I'm just gonna do Sinead Bent. She is just pencil her in for a top 5 finish, no matter what race it is. And she just,
Dog.
I mean, yeah,
Absolute dog.
has
Dog.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. She came away with her first, like, real championship. I mean, she's new too, but
She
yeah,
only
like
had 4 elite races, which is crazy to think about.
is that right? I guess
Solos,
so.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
said a couple episodes ago, so yeah.
I missed that one.
Uh,
I missed that one. But yeah, and add a doubles world championship to on top of that as well. Like she can do it both ways, and it is like I don't think it's from like if you're picking me, picking Dylan, whatever. Like we're kind of doing it through analysis. Not Sinead. She's like, I'm just gonna go as hard as I can and just like deal with it. It's kind of like a Lauren Weeks on that end, or she's just gonna do it. So props. Okay, what do we got? I have race acumen, burpees. All right, I only have one person here on acumen for women that is left. Others were, like Meg, Linda, Lauren. I'm gonna go Chris Roglaski. She can race. Her specific fitness, I think, has led her to the most recent results because she's kind of like 80% in, but there's no doubt that she's gonna like put it all out there. We've seen it across different race styles, not just HYROX, and has a world championship there. She's not afraid to just go and take it. So give me Chris Roglaski.
All right. For me, sled push, sled pull, I'm going Louis Oscolaire. He had the number 2 push, number 1 in Warsaw for sled pull. Race before that in London, he had the number 3 sled push, number 2 sled pull. So it's hard to argue against his sled ability.
He's a beast. Dawson, you
Good.
raced him in doubles. Were you guys with them at all? That race was insane. It was like a group of 10 dudes.
What do you mean? Was he with him at all? There was a pack of like 26
He was
dudes.
with everybody. But could you even notice who you were around?
Yeah, and they were always like the team right in front of us. They basically sat in like second place, and Marcus and I were anywhere from like 3rd to 5th. So they were always like, if it wasn't our immediate group, they were right in front of us. But also, Martin Enthoven also just has like a little like beef to him. So like
They're
that
big boys.
also helped. Yeah, that also helped their like sled ability. But they're both obviously very good runners too. So it was just like they didn't really have like a weakness. Like Marcus and I, they were number 1 in the sleds, and I think Marcus and I were 2. So it was like the station that we usually have an advantage in, we didn't make up any time on them. So it was like they were always just kind of right out of reach.
Was it Lewis or was it Martin who was doing arms and hips only? I think it was Lewis.
I think it's Lewis, yeah.
I think he was finishing and he was just
Strong.
Is it Lewis or does it go by Louis? Is he Louis?
It's probably Louis, but
think it's
I
Louis.
actually don't know.
He was just grabbing it and pulling it. It was going, and I think that's why it went pretty.
They had the number 1 sled pull in last doubles race, so
Yeah.
unsurprisingly.
It's a good pick. All right.
All right. Question for the panel. Do we all agree that Meg Jacoby could have probably been picked for the ergs?
For sure.
Okay. What if I told you that Michaela Norman, her average ski plus row time is 20 seconds better than Meg Jacoby?
Wow.
If you got 20 seconds on Meg Jacoby and anything, pretty good. Give me
Like it.
Michaela.
How'd they used to measure the stations back then? Was it like 50 meters shorter or?
they were on
I
the
don't know.
Z-Bex.
That's when you got into HYROX too, big boy. So you tell me how they were measuring them.
The okay.
Feel good.
She actually made a move at the row, I think, at North American Championships. Again, what you don't really see, she got on the row, I think, in third and came off in front of Meg and Lauren, which is just something that you don't see really at all. So yeah, like again, big, tall athlete, CrossFit background. It's a good pick.
And then for race acumen, is there anybody who punches above their weight more than Lucy Proctor?
Okay.
We've got Lucy consistently on the Race Brain top 5 as a top 5 female athlete or borderline top 5 female athlete. She is never going to overextend. She knows how to run her race. She had some health problems, but when she is fit, you can make the same argument that you make about Sinead. Put her name in that top 5. Could have also taken her for closing ability.
I had her down for burpees. She's okay burpees, right? She's pretty good at
Yeah.
like the sled push. She was good at the sled
Yeah.
push. She's
Yep.
like pretty solid for her size. Like what she's able to do is like pretty impressive.
I'm saying she's out there for us. She's out there for us short kings and queens,
Holler.
proving that you don't need to be tall.
He's like, nice. Just watching Justin Medeiros out there, like that's my guy.
Dude, what's funny is if you look at my women, I've got Lauren Weeks, not tall. Meg Jacoby, not tall. Lucy Proctor, not tall.
Yeah, you're out there for you represent through and through.
And then, but then the men, dude, I just got trees. So you know,
Pretty average on the men's side, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Jack has some trees, except
I do.
I got some real big boys. Oh man. Yeah, when Jack,
Yeah.
when you average all the height and weight, my guy's gonna look like freaking Dawson.
Yeah, you have like an MMA team right there. Yeah.
Big beast.
All right. Race acumen, another woman, fantastic race acumen, Amy Bevilacqua.
Nice.
Amy B. Dawson is crying inside.
Thoughts, Dawson.
I'm glad she was picked. I'm just glad she's still a part of this, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Anytime Amy B's on these lists, I'm happy.
7th and 8th place at Worlds, always straight to the back. Just knows how to pace it.
That's a really good pick. That's a really good pick. All right. I'm up. Okay. I got oh, what do we got? I just have closing. Dawson's on that. He's been surprising me with some of his I have an old school pick that I'm going to go, and I don't think I'm worried. I don't think Dawson would do this, but he surprised me so far. Burpee broad jumps farmers. Give me Martin Michelius.
Yeah, I would not have pulled that. So
He is the pioneer of the dragon. So I call it the Michelius on the burpees.
Yeah.
Or what's like a more like descriptive way of calling it? Like the kneel and drag, or like the how would
Double
we
step up.
do we know what I'm talking about? Do you boys understand? Matt and Dawson, do we know what I'm talking about here?
I think you need to give the people a visual. I think you need to give a visual.
I think that on the broadcast they call it crawling up. So it's like you slide one knee up and then you basically take a full knee, like a kneeling position, when you bring like your opposite foot up to your hand. So you're kind of like in like a lunge position before you bring the other leg before the jump, if that makes sense. And Michelius, he's huge. He's like 6'3", 6'4". Back in the day when we didn't really have judges, he would do this method and it would be like control his heart rate. And then he would just like tip himself forward. Nobody would call him on it. And he would get out of there in like 155. So a pioneer a great we don't know where the sport would be without him. And he's a beast, so I'm sure he's fine at the Farmers.
Maximizing the standard.
And by going beyond.
All right. I for the next will have a sneaky pick, but it's near and dear to Matt's heart. I will take his thumb brother, Charlie Bott.
Damn it!
For the ski and row. He is
That's a good one.
surprisingly good on these.
He's
Nasty.
really good on the row. He's really, really good on the row.
Nasty. Engine for days. Rich, did you hear the latest update? Charlie is officially at 70 HYROX races.
7-0?
7.
What? How many does he have this year? Like,
Oh, that's gonna be tough. A lot.
that 70. How many? I mean, he's like, when did he start racing? When he was like 15?
His first race was Munich 2023. So in 3 years, he's got 70 races.
Oh my goodness. That's insane. He's burning it, but he's doing great. And on the row, I think he's the only guy who can make up like a ton of ground. In the race that he qualified, he made up an incredible amount of time that I didn't think was even possible. Like Dylan will make up some time. I think Hidde does a pretty good job there too, but he can actually crank on the rower. Very impressive. Good pick.
All right. And for my next pick, I will pick for running ability Rylan Shadeg.
All right.
So I don't know if the times hold up to everything, but every race he was ever in, he would just attack the runs and was just a competitor and would just it was kind of like the James Kelly attacked the rock zone and do all that. He would just make moves when moves didn't need to be made. He just used it almost as a weapon and a station rather than just the run.
Yeah, like the eye test wise, he was so aggressive. Who kind of race? I get that it's kind of how Luke races now. Like he just kind of gets himself back into the mix, deals with the stations, and then just hammers the runs again. It's a good pick. All right. I'm up. Let's see. Okay, that's all good. All right, the only spot there's potential for a person I'm looking at to get taken is on burpees and farmers on the women's side. I'm going to take Meg Martin here. If you guys caught that APAC race, she like did some serious work on those burpees. She can move really well. She's fast from top to bottom and can make up serious ground there. I'm going a lot of doubles here. So taking Meg Martin there. She was impressive when I did see her in that APAC race. Jack, you're up. And you're muted.
Tough.
Is he muted in his ears too?
Jack, are you with us?
My bad.
He back.
Yeah. Okay. This is tough. Give me a sec. My Charlie.
His spreadsheet is broken. We knew this was going to happen.
I'm
Turn
looking
things
up
Spreadsheet is
down.
broken.
That was who we were going to take on ski and row, huh? Tried
It
to wait.
was, and I've been trying to think in the background. All right,
turn.
closing ability. She's willing to make contact if needed. Ellie Stenfers, we've seen her go unbroken. She normally right around 3 minutes for lunges, so I got to go with her.
That's a good one. She ultimately did not end up qualifying for individual, right? Just doubles.
One
Seems like
spot
she was sick
Correct.
in
She ran off. Yeah.
in Warsaw. Yeah, she's been impressive this year. That's a good pick. That was when we were watching that race, and I think Debo was like, saw where she was at burpees, and like, she's qualifying because she can close. All right, Matt, what are we gonna do here?
Female, burpee broad jump and farmer carry, Seika Arning.
Okay.
250 burpees, 130 farmers. I mean,
That's pretty good.
it's pretty good. Pretty good. And now I am hosed. Yeah, really kind of put myself into a pickle here.
You think about it. So I had Seka down for a couple of things. She's really strong on the stations. Um, other than like Till's favorite joke of like the wall. Have you ever noticed Till will tell joke? He'll like do like callback jokes and just with no context. Just be like, "Oh,
Yes.
Seka Harning on the wall balls. You better watch out." It's like, hey man, no one knows what you're saying. People are just hearing for the first time here. Believe it or not. But
Yeah.
she's good at the push, and I think her studs are pretty good. I had her on ergs as well. She's that thing on the road. She didn't even strap her feet in. Did you guys notice that? Did you catch when she didn't strap her feet in and had the second fastest uh row, but could just been from transitions.
Yeah.
How much it could save like some time.
Yeah, I went I went to the gym and tried that out, and it is impossible. I couldn't I went like 100 meters, and I was like, "This is impossible."
Yeah, I think it's also a mobility thing. For closing ability on the female side, give me Zara Piergiani.
Okay,
306 lunges, 323 wall balls.
that's a good one.
So anytime you are sub 630, it's pretty good.
That's really good. I think that's good.
Y'all were roasting me for not having any women. Look at that team.
I don't know.
All right.
All you needed was the 2. You got the 2, and I think that's all people will really see.
The 3. I have the original
You
trifecta.
do. Dude, your team in 2023,
23, lights out. It doesn't even matter if they can burpee, farmer, or close. It's
they'll
over.
just do it. Oh, yeah, it's such a lead.
It's
Jack
over by the sleds.
Jack, what you got?
All right. I'm going Jake Dearden for ski and row. You look at his splits; they're actually pretty fast.
Okay. That's fine.
Rich will take your word for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, on his average, he's got a 343 for his ski, and that's faster than Tim's career average and Alex. Like he's up there.
He's definitely gotten out ahead of like I will come in front of him, and he generally leaves considerably before me in the races that I've raced against him. I catch him though.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Okay, for me, closing ability, I'm gonna go with my boy, South Jersey, Jack Driscoll. He's like, you going into lunges. This dude can get under 240 on lunges, and his
It's
wall balls,
crazy.
he can be like in the 330s. He can really, really close. He has like gotten so much better across the board, but that is really where I think that what was that race where he raced the one before DC? I don't know. Pick any North American race and Jack was there. But the one
Houston or
that
something.
where he was racing Grayson and they were like head to head, they were like next to each other. And then they came out of lunges and Jack was 30 seconds ahead of him. And like Grayson's legit. So I feel happy to get my boy here.
All right, first team with
Close it out.
final choose. All right, I will do Camilla Massa on the ski and row.
Nice.
I could have taken her for sleds too, but
Definitely.
just uh and then for burpee broad jumps and farmers, I will take my boy RMR podcast host Ryan Kent.
Okay. That's a good one. Yeah, he's been smoking. some
Kent
bur-
can do sub 210 burpees and
Mhm.
still run after.
Yeah.
Not a bad pick.
I had Kent for ergs as well. I think he can really put out on both ski and row. But burpees is a good one. He put a big emphasis there, and he's good at farmers too.
I had him for sleds, but Tim had him beat by 4 seconds.
That's because Tim ran Warsaw. Outliers. Didn't remove the outliers.
Not those American
But he was
sleds.
14th. He didn't have the American sleds. Yeah, if he was racing North America all year, like our boy. Yeah, Houston sleds. That's not Tim doesn't
Those
ever got hit with those.
hardest, toughest, moistest sleds you've ever pushed in Houston.
Houston sleds, raw Debo, a minute 50. Warsaw
That's crazy.
sleds, 110.
115. It's insane. Yeah, if you want, I think I would rather
Same
race
course.
standardized. I think I'd rather race at altitude than race in Houston.
They get
just to
through.
go and get starched by the sled, just get starched by the oxygen saturation. All right, I'm up. So this was left with me. She just ran like 2:33 in a marathon, like last week. Her name's Holly Archer. She's a global level runner who now does HYROX at a pretty good level. I'm feel good about this with my last pick.
Some say her partner's the better runner and was drafted before her.
Some people say.
What do you think? Is Saskia over under 2:33? What place did Saskia get in
I didn't know
Worlds
we
in
were
1500?
drafting. I didn't know we were drafting 1500-meter runners. I thought we were drafting HYROX.
Hey, they would have been. They're so fun to watch on doubles just because you have no idea what's going to happen, and they're just like out there winning like crazy, and then all of a sudden they have like 180 seconds of penalties. And you're like, how could this be the case? I'm bummed that they didn't make Worlds just for that reason. They are so fun to watch, but yeah, what 2:33 marathon was that it, Jack? That's faster than Alyssa, right?
Ask Matt. He just talked with her, but 2:33-ish, 2:34. That sounds right for Alyssa.
3 minutes faster, yeah.
Last pick in the draft.
Moving.
Feel good
Yeah.
about it. Feel good about it.
All right. I am going to have to go with Morgan Schulz for the
Nice.
ergs. I mean, she is a monster on rowing, and her ski times might not be like top of the class, but that's because she holds back a little bit there. But she's a really, really good athlete on the ergs.
You can tell how fast she's going based on how red her face is. That's how you know.
That's that part of that Milwaukee. Everyone's just fair skinned, so the flush shows up really well.
That's
You know,
right.
at
That's
DC,
right.
at DC, she had a funny post of her on the rower, just literally tomato face, beat red.
I mean, she's a powerful athlete, man. We talked about her a little bit before we popped on, but that was felt like so long ago. But I think we'll see what she runs in a 5K tonight. But she just has power. She can really put out in a bunch of different areas. So I like it. All right, what are we gonna do here, Matt? You gonna take yourself here?
It's important to zig when people think you're gonna zag. Jack, is 29:02 and 29:50 a good run time in HYROX for men?
Depends on the course.
Yeah. I'd
Okay,
argue it is.
we're gonna pull. Okay, well then give
Boy.
me
Berlin.
Palaio.
Sandy, Michael Sandbach.
Man, oh man, look at this team.
I thought about taking him for the ergs.
Yeah,
Could have gone for the ergs. Could have gone in a lot of places. Palaio, you're my boy. Well, his last two elite run times, 29:50, 29:02. He obviously hasn't been healthy. A man that big should not be able to run that fast. Second place at Worlds is pretty good.
it's actually not bad. Most of your picks this last like half hour, not so good. But this one, not that bad. Pretty good pick.
I mean, that team, look at that, just power. Power.
Gonna come out
Dogs.
Rich might be the
Rich's
least
team is-
powerful man on that team.
100%. But it picked my brain, which
Are
is
you
just
saying
like
that?
up and down.
Are you saying that Skinny Tim is more powerful than you, Rich?
Look at
No,
his
I would-
ergs. Look at his sleds.
Weight room.
I'm definitely taking myself in sleds over Tim, and probably flip flop
Weight
that. And
room.
team is way better. You got never know what you're gonna get on that acumen side. Jack's like nice.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't have to worry about my. I just need Sandy's running ability. But by putting you in race acumen, I don't have to worry about a rig getting punched 90 wall balls in. All right.
Incredible moment, HYROX. Yeah, that's also something with the running ability for Sandy. If we look at all of his races, like at which point in the race did he stop trying?
Was it the run? I don't have to
He
worry about
might-
him walking off. I don't have to worry about him walking off on a row. I don't have to worry about being 97 wall balls in and punching a rig and walking off there either. I don't need any of that. I just need him to get there, and the rest of these boys will take over.
Yeah, I want you to flip me and Sandy on your team and just be like, race acumen. When it shows up big.
I mean, to be honest, Philly boy, you almost pulled the Sandy in Phoenix. If there wasn't
Oh
that
my
money on the
God.
line, you almost did.
Something almost got punched. That's for sure. All right, wrap this thing up. Matt,
Eddie, let's
talk
wrap
about
this up.
Matt. Talk about your. Let's do women first. Go through.
I mean, I don't even think I need to say anything. I have the triumvirate. I mean, I respectfully, you can argue that my man doesn't win, but this woman is winning any race. We got Lauren Weeks' run ability meets Michaela Norman's ski ergs, meets Meg Jacoby's power, Seika Arning's burpees, Zara's closing ability, and Lucy Proctor's race acumen. I mean, boys, y'all have good teams, and respect to all these women. They ain't winning. This race is over at the pull.
I am looking at it, and it would be challenging for any of our teams to match the first 3 stations.
This is Hunter Manchester 2023. This thing is Meg Jacoby is looking around at the poll wondering where everybody is. This is over.
I don't know. I like my closer. And all the I don't think that I mean, like, it's interesting how we could do the running because Lauren's
mean,
running has just been so crazy.
If this is simply like 8 by 1,000, I feel like our track runners could do some serious
But it's
damage.
not. It's a HYROX, Jack.
I
What
know,
kind
I
of
know.
fucking argument is that?
But if you take it, I don't know. But I think on paper, I think if people look at this, they're gonna
She
be like,
outran Holly Archer and Saskia Millard together.
"That is pretty insane."
Yeah.
That is pretty insane. Yeah, like I had something in DC or made a post about something, and it was like someone completely out of context was like, "Yeah, and Lauren Weeks ran faster in the first 2 runs than all the men." I was like, "That's not what I'm talking about, guy." Like, I don't care about that. It's like, "Hey, Lauren Weeks is faster than you." And I was like, "Oh, I don't really I ran doubles with her. I know."
And I love to bring this stat up. Alyssa McElhaney's PR 5K is a 16:30. Lauren Reeks ran a 17:01 in a DecaFit.
That's also crazy. Also crazy. All right, Jack.
All right, got a real strong runner, Alyssa McElhaney, and she's gonna be nice and patient because she has Amy Bevilacqua's race acumen. Really good on the ergs, sled push pull. Got very strong athlete Gabrielle taking over there. Explosive Kate for burpee broad jumps and farmer's carry, and Ellie Stenfors. She's not gonna drop the ball on wall balls, or she might even hit you.
Might get a body check. So you get what was that penalty? What's the penalty for body check at wall balls?
2 minutes.
It's 2 or
It was
1?
a minute. As a
Same
minute.
with littering.
1 minute. If you
No,
body check
actually, it's worse. It's actually not as bad as littering. Littering is 2. Body
Okay.
checking someone at the wall balls is 1.
body checking someone on the first run is a disqualification.
Only if you
Correct.
do it on camera.
Only if you're
Only if you do it on camera.
and it's,
If it happens on the other side of the course and it's not caught, you're free to still win the race.
if it's as malicious as a hockey cross check, you get disqualified.
We should
Even
have
if
had
even if everybody else watching also wants that person to get body checked.
Matt, we should have had a section for shithousery. You can have a shit talker on your team.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's a good line.
Damn.
All right,
take
my
Jeremy
team-
McConnell.
I would pick himself.
I take
Sean
Jeremy.
Noble?
I take Jeremy McConnell.
Yeah, he's the one for that for sure. All right, my team's Holly
Or Tony Revel, fastest first 300 meters in HYROX history.
that was like straight out of like the guys that you watch in like the Boston Marathon who like have their moment in the sun. I was like, dude
Derek
is actually
York.
sprinting. Yeah, the Derek York.
Yeah.
All right. Running ability, Holly Archer, ergs, Vivian Tifudo, sleds, Emily Dahman, burpee broad jumps, farmers, Meg Martin, closing ability, Joanna Wettrick, race acumen, former world champion, Chris Brokowski. I don't know, Matt. I like your team. My team's hanging.
The only thing that slows Lauren Weeks down is sleds. And I counteracted that with the best sled push and pull in the women's field. This is a world record every time.
Hopefully all these teams should have world records. But maybe not.
They better.
Yeah. Dawson, your team.
All right, I got Saskia Millard for running ability, Camilla Massa, beast for ski and row, Linda Meyer for push and pull, the queen, Kate Davey for burpee broad jumps and farmer's carry, closing ability, the essentially number 1 overall pick, Miriam Von Rohr. Matt's team may be able to get a lead, but no lead is big enough for Miriam Von Rohr. And then race acumen, Sinead Bent, just automatic top 5 finish. when she
That's actually a good point. What are Miriam's her lunges also have to be insane, right?
Jack threw out a stat
yeah,
earlier. I don't
30
remember.
303. I mean sub 6 lunges and wall balls. Sheesh.
Well, let me see.
Two
What
is
were
558. 558 lunges and wall balls.
550. Let me see what
With Saskia's run ability, that's pretty nasty.
Joanna's was 553 in Warsaw. Come see me. Come see me. But the Miriam effect is just you see Joanna, you think she's just awesome across the board. Really, she's just closing really, really hard, and she's just like pretty good at everything. But Miriam she just looks different out there when she's doing it. It just looks crazy how fast she's going. She had that one time where she was doing lunges, and I think this counts against your team, Dawson. Dropped the bag behind her, took off her shoe.
Took her shoe. Yep. Yeah. That's why she's not. That's why she's not race acumen.
It's the race acumen. She's out.
The event
Uh,
was technically over, so that was back on the run course when that happened.
We're not picking Miriam for her running.
Yeah.
No. All right. My dude is as a top 5 dude.
Top 5 in this year's worlds. Top 5 in this race of 4.
Yeah. We got Michael Sandback for running. We've got Jake Williamson, the power bottom, blasting the ergs. Tim Vinish, this is a black mark on my team for the sleds. Sean Noble, though, is going to pull me back into that race with his crazy farmer's carry ability. And you don't want to be anywhere near Graham Holiday closing. Put that with Rich's brain. I mean, this dude's going to be there.
He's going to be thinking a lot. Too much.
Thinking a lot. Actually, the combination of Sandy and Rich might be too much thinking.
Just like things explode. Too much negative.
All right. My team, I've got the best male runner in the field, Luke Greer, Jake Dearden, solid on the ergs. Louis Osler is going to blow by Tiny Tim on the sleds. Cole Learn is getting it done on burpee broad jumps and farmer's carry. And Frederick Dubé going unbroken on wall balls after a solid lunge. We're either finishing first or 15th with Dylan's mindset, but based on recent results, definitely towards the top.
I like how Louis got too fat. Jack is telling me to like throw out broken courses. Louis got a fast sled pull time in a doubles race, and then he got the benefit of Warsaw and London. And Jack's out here acting like Louis
Hand
is like
over hand on the sled pull, as we discussed. Even
it was
Dawson,
busted.
Dawson gave him credit on it.
That doesn't count. We already established that Dawson and Debo, and we agree that Debo is the best on the sleds. Was 40 seconds slower. That course was so ass backwards.
You're just mad that you picked Tim on sleds.
I'm not mad at all.
Yell at me all you want.
I'm not mad at all.
You mad?
Jack is team recency bias.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
What was Louis'
Rich.
time in Phoenix here? I just want to see his. I know he didn't have a good
My
race.
long run is also not getting done this morning. Rich.
My team is running ability, Hide Wiersma, ergs, Hunter McIntyre, sled push and pull, the best in the world, Marcus Wallace, burpee broad jumps and farmers, Martin Michelius, closing ability, Jack Driscoll, race acumen, Tobias Loudvine. This is a team. Look how big these boys are. Oh my God, these boys are big.
Do not meet them in an alley. This is a
Oh
scary
my
team.
goodness. Yeah, like
Jack-
It's just a
your-
good thing. It's just a good thing you didn't pick Jack Driscoll for any of the skills. Do you see how they did our boy wrong on Instagram?
He got like the 0 out of on the bar scale.
They
It's so
did.
bad.
They did Jack so dirty on that.
he's
Jack, we
gonna
love you.
he's gonna be an asset in those lunges for that relay for sure. Like his lunges are nasty.
What's
Nasty.
also crazy about Rich's team is you could sub Hunter for Hide for Marcus, and I feel like the team wouldn't change much. Like outside of Marcus's maybe running ability, but Marcus is also one of the best ergers in the field as well.
For sure. Watching Marcus do the ergs, do the row, it doesn't look like he's trying at all. And his like form is really good. And he's just like got so much power that he is just like under 140, like barely trying.
Yeah, he pulls at 25 strokes a minute, And for me to even get on the same level as him, I have to pull like 32, 33 strokes to even keep up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a legit on the ergs. Big boys,
All right.
baby.
My team running ability, I got Rylan Shadeg ready to attack the runs. We got Charlie Bottrell on the ski and row, John Wynn taking it to Debo on the push and pull.
Not possible.
We got Kent doing his burpee broad jumps without having to worry about running afterwards. Then we got closing ability, Ronk. If you are near him in an elite race situation, you will not beat this man. And then we got JK with the strategy and the sleds he doesn't have to worry about.
Yeah, and you could flip those two, honestly. If I was kind of looking at that, like I had JK as closing because that's been something he's been doing really well lately, and then Alex at Acumen. I bet JK's closing has been faster than Alex's closing in the last 3 races or so.
Yeah, I think if I'm removing my obvious bias, it would probably come down to Rich and Dawson's team on the men.
And on the women.
Rich is just team beef.
There's no-
I want my
shot.
man to be literally just Matt Mason, his body, him. All of their abilities in Matt Mason's body versus Rich's team.
Which my closing question for the crowd or for all of you, each of you get to pick. If you were picked for one attribute, what would your attribute be? Rich, go.
Sleds. See me.
Jack?
Oh, you don't want to be next to me on Farmer's Carry.
That's Jack. Jack's so bad that farmers.
Raw Daddy?
I mean, it's just default running ability, but I feel like I'm the most even person out there. I don't have any
Pick
strengths.
one. Stop.
Running.
Pick one.
Running. Race
All-American.
acumen.
Like 20-time
Race
All-American.
acumen.
Did you not
I'd
know?
go for myself. I would go race acumen. I know how to run my race.
I like it. Dog.
Don't see me in the closing. Don't you want to be near me in wall balls? Trust me. you want to be near
see.
me.
Like,
You
oh,
wanna
sick
see
next
me
time.
there.
Sick. Here you come.
All right, boys, we did it. Let us know. Look, a lot of you are like reaching out to me, asking me if I'm okay. I'm fine. I love the banter. Everyone needs to stop apologizing. Come see me and Jack in the comments. You already know Dawson will be there. Rich won't be there. Rich, this is Rich's, this is once in a blue moon.
In and
We'll
out.
see Rich. Yeah, we might see Rich over the summer for our top 10 female list of all time. That's probably the next time we got Rich on a pod. So savor it. Savor it.
Let's have more ideas because everyone's coming up to
He's
her
an-
and it's like, what are we going to
he's an
talk about?
ideas man.
I'm like, here. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about. Okay.
He's an ideas man. He's an
Okay.
ideas man.
Okay.
Hit us
We
in the
gotta put
comments.
a-
Let us. Oh,
I was going to say, put a poll in the comments to vote on who wins.
I think there's a
yeah,
poll.
you
I
know
think
what?
there's a
All right,
poll
we'll get a poll.
situation.
We'll
I think
get
there's a- I
an
think there's a-
Instagram. We'll get an Instagram poll going.
Spotify, I
get-
think there's a poll.
Yeah, we'll get that going. We'll get a poll going.
Separate polls for men and women, or just
Yeah,
like, who's
separate
got-
polls.
Yeah.
Separate polls. We obviously know that my team wins for the women. I cannot wait for B Stud King, Adrian Riley. Who else, Jack, is going to let us know?
Phil, he's going
Phil.
to be talking to us.
Phil's going to be there.
We've had a new
Debo's
elite-
gonna be in the comments.
Yeah, we've had a new
Yeah.
Elite 15 athlete pop in pretty much every week for the past couple months.
Yeah.
So I feel like someone's going to chime in, be mad where we picked them.
Yeah, don't
Some-
care. Come see me. Like and subscribe to the YouTube. Like and subscribe to the Spotify. Like and subscribe to the Drop. Use the feed for your supplements. Go
Yep.
check out our boys at Resolute. Get your blood testing done by Manly. Go get you an ice barrel. Are there any other? We got anything else? What else we got?
Ice Barrel was like, they cut like $1,000 off of their prices, like site wide. They were priced premiumly for sure, but now they're like actually $1,000 off of like everything. Like they cut it in like half.
All right. So you know what? If you don't want an ice barrel, fine.
Get an Ice Barrel. What do you mean?
Oh, get an ice barrel. What else? We got anything else we got to plug?
Oh, so much stuff. Come on.
Go. Make sure your for
We're
Jack.
already
Make sure,
gone too long.
make sure that your Excel is updated. All right, boys.
Yeah.
We're out.
Bye.